What's up, DJ?
What's up, guys? It's Robbie here today.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Happy New Year!
Oh, it's New Year's! What? Oh, my gosh.
Hey,
I didn't
come
know.
on.
Happy
New Year. Come on, celebrate. Happy New Year.
I didn't know it was Happy New Year's
Come on,
yet.
let's
He fell
go.
asleep at 10 o'clock
Yeah, I
last
did.
night.
I'm
Come
sorry.
on.
Happy New Year, America.
Ernie Johnson, Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight, it's the Orlando Magic as they'll be playing against the Atlanta Hawks. Looking at the last game for Atlanta, it was a win against Boston. A terrific underdog win in that last game. They're feeling good, looking to keep it up tonight.
Oh, say does that star...
There is no better way to start off the new year than with the NBA here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and on the sideline, David Aldrich. We're live at Amway Center, where the Magic have home court advantage. You look at Atlanta, winning their last 3 games. They'd like to make that 4 in a row here tonight.
Well, they played extremely well during this win streak, Kevin, but right now they're in the midst of a game that might not continue it. The team they're facing wants to end the streak that they're on right now.
And it's New Year's Day here, and a lot of NBA action to take in. I'm sure there will be resolutions abounding from player to fan to coaches. And Smitty, when you were a player, did you ever make a New Year's resolution that was basketball related?
I did. I think the one resolution year after year, I was always trying to add, a higher percentage on my free throw shooting. Each year I kept saying, I want to take it up to another level. I always wanted to shoot higher than I did the last year.
My resolution is to work more with Steve Smith on these broadcasts.
There you go. I hope that dreams come true.
I hope so, too. All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. And so in the game for the Hawks, they've got C.J. Miles. He's out there with Davis. And it's Woodson in at the 5. Now here's Schroeder following the miss by DJ. And that one drops.
Schroeder, he's a handful. Very creative running those pick-and-roll sets.
The Atlanta Hawks coming to this one after the win against the Celtics in Boston.
And anytime you come off the bench, you know your role. And that night, it was about scoring.
Especially on the road. You're hoping for any extra contributions. But for a couple of stretches, there, the backups control the game.
He hits the second from the line.
You know, watching DJ, he has that inner fire, a competitiveness that brings out the best in his game most of the time.
There's the screen. Miles dishes to Schroeder. It's deflected.
Stumbling out of the gate a little bit, just 1 for 4 so far.
Here's Gordon. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Fantastic positioning on that offensive board. Then right back up.
First 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. Here's Woodson. That's in there. Davis with the assist.
Yeah, going to the floater right there. That was pretty.
For Orlando, they've gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Pass to DJ. Rogers against Schroeder. Gordon a screen. There's a good screen. Clock at 6. And that one's good. DJ.
I mean, efficient offense. DJ gets the high percentage look, and that's usually going to result in 2.
Schroeder passes to Woodson. Back to Schroeder. Free throw line jump shot. That shot off the mark. And it's the Magic taking it the other way. Coming into this having notched a win against the Rockets in their last game.
And I know the defense wasn't great, but yet and still, their ability to stay composed was impressive.
When things come too easy, it's easy to lose focus. But they held each other accountable and played hard.
Swiped away. 4-on-3 break. Here's Isaac. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Isaac's got his second basket of the night.
And Isaac is, really breathtaking in transition. A long-legged forward who just devastates the defense with his speed.
The Hawks trail by 5. Schroeder kicks to Davis. And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. And now Wells pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
Quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and offensively.
Terrific defensive instincts to come away with that one. And he showed no hesitation in how he completed that transition opportunity.
So it's the Hawks now. The Magic getting the bucket. That one drops for him. Schroeder's got his first basket of the night.
Tremendous work inside by Dennis, using every inch of his frame to finish.
Here's Toole. The shot that time, not on target. Gordon with the defensive effort. Now here's DJ. He's guarded closely. No good with the layup.
Obviously, this has been a tough quarter for him, but he's still trying to keep a positive mindset.
Magic leading by 5. Here's Wells. That one off the back iron and out.
And that's a surprise. He's usually deadly from mid-range.
Davis sets a screen. Rogers against Schroeder. Davis. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
The Hawks shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
Only shooting 71 really on the season, so there is plenty of room for improvement.
And that one falls for Davis. The Magic have gone 5 of 7 from the field here in the second. Payton and Fournier are the 1 and the 2. Marjanovic is out there with DJ, and it's Anderson in at the 3 spot. That's who's out there for Orlando.
That's how you finish a play, and that's how you fire up your teammates. DJ in the house.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, DJ in the last matchup against the Rockets had a huge night. He finished with 42 points and played tremendous defense as well, really causing havoc on both ends of the floor. The numbers in that game make me anxious to see what he can do tonight. Kevin?
Thanks, David, for another reminder of just what an unbelievable performance that was.
One that everyone's still talking about tonight. He dominated that game in just about every way possible.
I'm so excited. I can't wait to see what he's got in store for us tonight. Maybe he tops himself again. I think he just might do it.
Free throw, good, Anderson. And offensively, the great teams pass up a good shot for a great shot, and San Antonio seems to be a nice example of that, if not this year, certainly in the past. Where do you draw the line, though, Steve, between great passing and then overpassing?
Well, I think then you start to look at teams are saying these guys are not equipped mentally or physically or skill-wise to take that open shot. If you have an open shot, you got to be a little selfish, and obviously if it's a better shot, you move it on. But at times, you got to take that good shot and believe that you can make it or just make the right play. A lot of teams are not making the right play, and they're overpassing.
And DJ gets it to go on the assist by Anderson. 7 points for DJ.
You saw the hit there on the finish. Some guys would have been taken out of the play, but DJ stays in rhythm.
Feeds it to McLemore. Tipped away. And now Orlando on the break. The shot's good from Roger. And the Magic lead by 18.
Just increasing their advantage, and right now they're in a zone on both ends.
Yeah, this lead has snowballed. Credit their killer instinct for piling on.
Here's E. 11 points for him in that last game against Boston. 6 on the shot clock. Here's McLemore. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. McLemore's got his first points of the night. Here's Orlando now. They're on a 19-7 run.
Late defensive rotation. You must keep an eye on DJ at all times.
They set the pick. Pass to E. Launches a three. Shot's good by McLemore. McLemore's got 5.
And really, the defense didn't do a lot to fight around that screen on that possession.
That one goes. Count it.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And he banks in the layup. .44 seconds left to play in the first half. From 15 feet away, and it's DJ missing. The Hawks trail by 15. Here's E. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. McLemore with the ball. 6 on the shot clock. Over Rogers, and the Hawks getting another basket right there.
It's amazing. He is on fire here in the second period after going scoreless in the first.
And DJ throws it down.
And just tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard. Now here's McLemore. And it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. And so it's the Orlando Magic. Their lead at 15 going into the break. And we'll see if they can keep up their tremendous shooting they've been dialed in so far from the field. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thanks. Here with Elfrid Payton. Elfrid, great passing in the first half. How does that impact the offense when the ball's moving like we saw it?
Everybody's getting easy shots. You know, it's much easier than contested shots, and guys are not.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime. Welcome back. The calendar has flipped over, and so have we, into the second half of our broadcast. The Hawks trail by 15, and on the floor for Mike Budenholzer starting the second half. C.J. Miles is out there with Davis. Then there's Dennis Schroeder, and it's Woodson at the 5 spot.
Schroeder has really improved as a three-point shooter. With that shot, he becomes even more dangerous.
And Dennis Schroeder, very slippery with the ball in his hands.
Oh, yo, you see the quickness, Kevin. He can get wherever he wants on the court. It's all about finishing when he gets in there.
Now, here's Miles, following the miss by Aaron Gordon. Now the dish to Schroeder from past the arc. Rebound by the Magic. They led by as many as 18 points.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger. Yeah, I love watching Isaac find the open teammate. Has great floor awareness out there and just knows when one of his guys has a clean look.
And so it's Atlanta with it. 15-point game. Stolen. Oh, and here we go. Isaac's got the fast break chance. He dents the rim with a two-handed slam. Wow.
Yeah, and Isaac, he just makes dunking look easy. It has an incredible reach and quickly gets up off the floor to throw that one down.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks. Their last encounter was in Atlanta.
Yeah, and looking back at their last game against this club, they were badly out-rebounded.
When sometimes it gets started with a hard foul from the other team or a whistle that you felt should have gone the other way, anger can happen in the NBA. We see it. Emotions are high. It's a passionate game. Smitty, what was the angriest you ever got during a game? I know you competed because you were one of the best competitors I ever saw, but did it ever cross that line of becoming a little bit more gritty, a little bit more angrier?
It did, Kevin. I think one instance for sure. Game 7, Western Conference. Drove the basketball hard as I could and was fouled by Shaq. They didn't call it. Being flat and laid out and the guys going up and down, we eventually lost that game. That was one I still haven't got over it. And when I see Shaq today, I might not do it, but I want to knock him upside his head because he knew it was a foul, and I knew it was a foul, but it wasn't called.
He is one big man. He looks like he could play right now, as do you, which I think is great about ex-athletes and keeping in shape and staying that way. But Shaq certainly looks like he could play right now.
And I would be a 5 right now trying to guard him. That'll be interesting.
Little mismatch.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give them from behind the arc.
The Magic leading by 16. Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
His shooting has been outstanding here. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
The Magic have gone 3 of 4 at the free throw line tonight. Atlanta's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Here's the screen. And it's Davis with the jam.
More of a score-first point guard, but Schroeder doing a good job of finding the open man.
Magic have gotten 4 of their first 5 second-half shots to fall. 80% since the break. And DJ throws it down.
Dropping dimes all night. He's been completely locked in.
Unselfish basketball. That'll make you very popular amongst your teammates.
Now here's Prince. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Rebound by Williams.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
And there it is again. Nice make there from DJ. DJ's got 9 points in the quarter.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Schroeder kicks to Davis. Hawks passing it around. The pass to Schroeder. And there's the feed to Bazemore. Passes it to Looney. 6 to shoot. Davis sets a screen. Here's Prince. Hits the front of the rim and out. And it's the Magic's ball. They're on a 14-5 run. Dishes it to DJ. Inside. Here's Williams. Unable to get that one. So Atlanta will take it the other way. Next up on the schedule, the Grizzlies. That'll be a home game. They start a 3-game homestand with that game. Here's Schroeder, and he makes the bucket, drew contact, and gets the whistle, too.
I'll tell you, Schroeder's a tough kid. You see the added strength. We'll see if he can complete the and one.
Biombo, he's checked in for Williams. McLemore's checked in for the Hawks.
Dennis Schroeder out of Germany, a scoring-minded point guard. We know that. Started his career backing up Jeff Teague. Last season, though, the Hawks handed Schroeder the keys.
Now here's Prince. Bazemore for three. They get it back. Now here's DJ. D right on him. Uncovered. Here's Payton. It's blocked.
Bazemore, an excellent shot blocker for his size. His 7-foot wingspan catches you off guard.
Shots good by McLemore. And the Hawks see Schroeder as their starting point guard of the future.
And they're not the only one who likes him. A lot of other GMs picking up the phone wondering if the Hawks might be willing to include him in a trade. Is it any surprise that he's been hitting everything out there? You want the ball in his hands as much as possible.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Here's Looney. In the corner, Bazemore with it. From outside, off the mark.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Fournier goes back up, and DJ with a layup. DJ's got 13 points now in the quarter.
That is just hustle, hustle, hustle. DJ beating everyone to the glass.
And goaltending is going to be the call, so they get the basket there anyway.
That's a very close call. I'm sure he thinks it's a clean block, but looks like it was on the...
DJ is checked in for Orlando. Isaac comes in for Biombo. And a change for the Hawks. Deontay Davis is checked in for Looney. Rogers is out there with Wells. Then there's Gordon. Then it's DJ. And it's Isaac in at the 3-set. That's who's out there for Orlando. Orlando leading by 16. Count it.
He did it with great body control. DJ absorbs the contact, completes the play, now goes to the line for a potential and one.
And Smitty, would you ever be interested in joining a team as a general manager or a personnel guy in a front office in the league?
I would, Kevin. I mean, I love everything about the game of basketball, and obviously played it, been in broadcasting. But a GM role is something I've always talked about, coaching, front office, whatever it may be. I'll be happy because I'm in the game of basketball. And then, Kevin, if I get that job, are you coming with me?
I'm always with you, by your side and ready to go. But let me ask you, when you were playing, Steve, did you consciously think, hey, someday I might be a coach, or I'd like to sit up in the stands and evaluate talent? Does it go through your mind in the throes in the middle of your career?
Yes, it does. And a lot of the guys, I would say my mentors, one was Lenny Wilkins. He did a fantastic job. Player coach at one time. I've talked a lot to him. My wife and Joe Dumar's wife are sisters, so me and Joe have a close relationship. Pat Riley, I picked the brains of the best, and hopefully one day I'll get that chance, and hopefully I'll make that move. But right now, I'm loving what I'm doing.
Davis sets a screen. Back to Schroeder. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Pass to Isaac. Now here's DJ. Tight defense on him. Floats it up for DJ, and DJ throws it down.
Full speed ahead. I mean, they have been in control since the opening tip, and that may have sealed the deal.
Yes, and you're watching. Even this late in the game, they're still making plays. You got to love watching it.
They set the pick. Here's Schroeder, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Schroeder.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will, and you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Magic.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And so taking a look at their record, a nice milestone they'll be picking up tonight. 30 wins on the year now.
And once the horn sounds, they're going to go up 2-0 in the season series.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for DJ.
You know, as the game tonight evolved, he really put the team on his back. He was aggressive, effective, and the defense, they weren't able to adjust.
Yet another bucket in close. That's how he's earning his points today.
Davis with a screen on Peyton. And the foul called on DJ. And that'll be his third foul so far. Justin Anderson, he's checked in for the Magic. There's 53 seconds left in the game. Prince against Anderson. Pass to Hoffman. 5 to shoot. From deep three-point range. And it's DJ with the rebound.
You don't want your best shooter heaving up that shot.
No, not at all. Coach is not going to like that one.
Now, Smitty, you look at Coach Bud, Mike Budenholzer of the Hawks. You got to love the equal opportunity offensive style he employs.
Yes, right out of the San Antonio Spurs playbook. A lot of passing. They talk about we want to get a great shot, not a good shot. Unselfish basketball.
Jared Dudley's checked in for Atlanta. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. They double him with DJ. Here's E, who's guarded by Fournier. Knocked loose. From deep. Out of bounds, Orlando takes possession. Peyton outside. From deep three-point range, no good. And so it's Orlando taking this one by a big margin. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you next time.
Speaking of open shot three, there are 3 R's that I want you to remember when you're talking about outside threats: rating, release, and range. So, with the rating,
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Good evening, everybody. Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Great to have you with us on 2K Sports. And Brooklyn is where we'll be going just moments from now, as the Nets will be going up against the Orlando Magic. We've seen a lot of quality basketball from this Magic team lately.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
From Brooklyn, New York, and the home of the Nets, we're broadcasting live from Barclays Center. Well, the holidays always bring us some incredible NBA action, and that's certainly what we have in store for us today. Well, Clark, tonight a rarity. Both these teams love to run their offense through the block, through the big men. Why is that a dying trend in the NBA?
Well, I think the three-point shot has dictated that more teams are going to utilize that. Then analytics have come into play. The three-point shot is more valuable than the easy two in many cases. So teams are really tilting their offenses towards spacing the floor, shooting the three-point shot more than pounding the ball inside. And the pace of the game now lends itself to more three-point shooting and perimeter shooting than posting up.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. And so in the game for the Magic, we've got Rogers, DJ out there with Aaron Gordon. Then there's Wells, and it's Isaac in at the 3 spot, and he makes the first.
Well, you know, he's naturally a scoring point guard, is D'Angelo Russell. Fellow Buckeye, I might add, but I like the stride I've seen from him in creating for others. I mean, he can break you down, and he's a very gifted passer.
They set the pick. Here's Rogers. Nice teamwork to set up the pick play and make the space for the J.
And DJ is selfless. He's all about the team. If it means giving up his body to screen for guys, that's what he's going to do.
Vonleh dishes to Russell. Here is Elliott, coming off a solid outing against Portland. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Lopez, got a hand on it. So he gets the whistle, contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Like how DJ is physical with the defense. I mean, he's not afraid to mix it up and go through contact on his shots.
And both free throws good for DJ.
Great touch from the line. Always important for bigger guys to be able to come through at the stripe.
Russell passes to Elliott. Dishes it to Crabb. Shot off the pick. And the shot falls short this time.
That's a good shot. Even though it couldn't find the bottom of the bucket, I like the shot quality.
Pass to Isaac. Puts it up from 12, but he stays with it. DJ with it. Lopez is there. Pass to DJ. And DJ throws it down.
Can't say enough good things about DJ. When he's driving inside, he's a threat to bang the rim.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Elliott kicks to Lopez. Screened by Russell. Lopez dishes to Crabb. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
And over the course of the Nets franchise history, some interesting decisions. I mean, back in the 90s, they came very close to changing the team name to the Swamp Dragons. I think I'm just going to leave that one right there.
If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first.
Early on, 3 misses to open the game. Their offense right now still trying to find its way.
Here's Rogers. Doesn't go for him. The Nets go the other way with it. So, Greg, how close were the Nets to being the Swamp Dragons anyway?
Well, it needed a unanimous vote of all the teams to change it, but there was one vote against it. The Nets themselves voted against the change, and they had 7 owners who rotated voting duties, and the one on deck got cold feet.
Good ball movement here by the Magic. Second shot opportunity, and that one's good. DJ. DJ's got 6 points.
And, you know, DJ's interior game is very impressive. The big thing for him is that excellent body control. When he takes
his time. He's really dangerous in the post.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. Fresh from a win against Portland.
And typically on the road, it's harder to get into a great rhythm offensively, but they did just that.
Yeah, and from the start, Greg, you could tell they were ready to go. Loved how fearless they were, confident, aggressive, attack mode. They don't care where the games are played. They're ready to get it done.
And it's LeVert missing. Orlando leading by 4. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, I was able to catch up with Brooklyn's head coach. He said they know the challenge going up against this team that can score so many points in a hurry. He said we cannot try to match these guys basket for basket and get away from our defense. Because if you slack off these shooters even a little bit, then they really go off. We'll see if they can find that balance tonight and even this season series. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks as always, David. Well, they know what their toughest job is going to be today.
Yeah, Kevin, it's always hard to go up against a team that can light it up like this. You can't let them hit the ground running.
Exactly. I mean, they've got to be the ones dictating the tempo and the pace. Keep the high-octane offense on the other side in check.
Nets trail by 4. Now Russell. He had a big outing in that Trailblazers game as well. Picked by Okafor. Russell passes to Okafor. Tries it from the top of the key. They get the rebound. Here's Whitehead. That 3 off the mark. Magic leading by 4. Excellent D there from Okafor.
Boy, the defense was great. Superb, stellar, platinum level. Can't really contest that shot any better than that.
Here's Whitehead. Outside, Russell. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Russell's got 5 now.
That's exactly the kind of selflessness you want to see from Okafor. I mean, willing to give up his body as a screen so it opens up some opportunities for his teammates.
At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. It's the Magic. They're up by 1. Live from Brooklyn, New York, you're watching 2K Sports. Well, up to this point, so it's both teams making substitutions here. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. So on the floor for Orlando. Wells is out there with Rogers. Then it's DJ. Then it's Aaron Gordon. And it's Isaac in at the 3.
And it seemed like they couldn't get anything to fall in that opening quarter, but you can just feel the momentum starting to shift.
Yeah, things are starting to look up. I mean, they're making amends for that slow start, finding a rhythm right now. Well, you talk about the league's premier athletes, and Aaron Gordon has to be on your list. I mean, incredible dunks in the 2016 dunk contest, and his in-game dunks are ridiculous.
Lopez a screen. Here is Elliott. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Lopez a screen. 13 feet away. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in.
Nice piece of work there. Get yourself a little space and pull the trigger.
And DJ throws it down.
Cannot give DJ that kind of position. I mean, once he's this close to the bucket, he's looking to throw it on your head.
The Orlando Magic coming to this one after the win against the Atlanta Hawks.
Yeah, unfortunately for them, I thought the opponent's defense just never showed up.
Yeah, you know what? The waters were calm for most of the game. I mean, little resistance, felt like they could get any look they wanted at any time.
And boy, has he picked it up since the start of the second. His shots now starting to fall.
Lopez grabs the board. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Now the dish to Vonleh. And a little luck that time, but it drops.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Sometimes, for whatever reason, a lot of times you don't know why. It takes a little while to work the knots out, but it looks like they're putting it together right now.
Well executed, great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Agree with you there, partner, because that screen really freed him up nicely, and That's a shot that if you're a pro, you need to make that one.
And stolen by DJ. And now Wells pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
I tell you what, it's pretty cool to see Wells bringing the defensive energy. And even getting nasty at that end of the floor. That is one part of his game that could use some improvement.
Here is Elliott. And they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis. Here's Whitehead, guarded by Rogers. Goes up on the wing and misses it off the right side of the rim. Magic leading by 8. At the elbow, it's DJ. A second chance effort. Isaac misses.
Boy, he really bungled that finish.
From downtown, no good on the buzzer beater. And so it's the Orlando Magic in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low, so many of their points coming right at the rim. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And the third quarter about ready to get underway. DJ really making a difference here.
Yeah, so far they haven't found an answer for him. A scoring machine here in that first half.
Yeah, and it's been fun to watch, partner, because not only is he shooting a high percentage, a good percentage, he's also carrying the team.
Elliott is out there with Von. Then it's Russell. Then it's Brook Lopez. And it's Crabb in at the 2. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. And Clark, you've been a member of this booth and many others for quite some time. I've always wondered, how did you make the jump into broadcasting?
Well, you know what? I've always enjoyed the game, Kevin, been a student of the game and have enjoyed reading and playing with words. So when my basketball playing career ended prematurely back in 1987, I got a chance to do Pacers radio, and from there fell in love with this new career and wanted to excel at it. And I've been at it now for over 30 years and hope to have a few more left in front of me.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, DJ in the last matchup against the Hawks had a huge game. He scored 35 points and he was locked in with a strong shooting night from both the floor and the free throw line. He put up great numbers in a terrific effort. It's not a game that anyone wanted to miss, and he'll be looking for a repeat performance tonight, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you, guys. Could you believe that performance? Wow.
I mean, it was really something to see. I mean, he showed everybody just how special he is when he is on his game.
Greg, something really stoked his fire. Man, there was no holding him back. And when a player is that locked in, you just got to sit back and enjoy the ride.
Brooklyn making some changes. Okafor is checked in for Lopez. Allen comes in for Noah Vonleh. And it's LeVert in for Elliott. Orlando also making some changes. Williams, he's checked in for Gordon. Fournier comes in for Wells. And it's Payton in for Rogers. And stolen by Payton. And here we go with the Magic fast break over Russell. Second chance shot. And Allen with the block. They retain possession. The shot's good. Williams has got his first 2 points.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
Here's LeVert. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Here's Okafor, and the officials call a traveling violation.
And they're just playing fast and loose.
1:03 left to play in the third. And it's out of bounds. The Nets will take it the other way. And a look now at the 4 areas where shots can come from. The paint, mid-range, and shots from deep all broken down for the Nets.
And they've pretty much ignored the corner 3 tonight. It's a useful shot to have. It really forces the D out wide and opens things up in the middle.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Onley's checked in, and the Magic making a change here as well. Marjanovic is checked in. Gordon against Elliott. Vonleh at the elbow. Kicks it to Russell. Just 4 to shoot. And again, it's the Nets missing. Magic leading by 16. Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Man, what determination from DJ would not be denied. Love how he forces his way through.
This is his 3rd free throw attempt of the game. Brooklyn's gone 2 of 5 with the 3-point shot since coming out of the break. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Russell against Rodgers. Stolen away. All by himself. Lays it in off the breakaway. And the Magic lead by 21.
And after really leaning on that 3-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
There's Russell with the 3. Great positioning on the putback.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going.
And that sixth sense, guys, might be better than just about anybody else's.
And so it's Orlando with a 19-point advantage heading into the next quarter. Their defense has been active and effective. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And meanwhile, Frank Vogel talking to his team.
Our closer is our tempo, intelligent tempo.
And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. Fourth quarter on the floor for the Magic. Rodgers is out there with Wells. Then it's Aaron Gordon. Then it's DJ. And it's Isaac in at the small forward.
Love the confidence on the drive. DJ is great at finding holes in the defense and then attacking them.
Lopez a screen. Here's Elliott. Good, and the assist goes to Russell.
Can't give up these looks. I mean, the defense has to be more aggressive guarding the perimeter.
Rodgers passes to DJ. And, yep, that's going to be a flagrant foul. Unnecessary contact.
And, Kevin, that's a pretty dangerous play right there. I mean, I don't like to see a player put an opponent in harm's way, as much as you just saw him do there. Glad they pinned a flagrant on it.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. The officials were all over it. They weren't going to let him off the hook that time.
And DJ, a fun guy to watch play, man. Fantastic at making quick decisions.
Shot from the inbound. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That's on Brook Lopez. Well, Clark, your whole career, you were a fantastic rebounder. Really at all levels you played it. With that in mind, who do you think are some of the best rebounders right now in the NBA?
Well, for me, it's all about the consistency of getting rebounds at both ends of the floor, and I tend to lean towards those guys that get a bunch of offensive rebounds. So in that regard, Kevin Love, Hassan Whiteside, Andre Drummond, those guys are tenacious and highly productive on the offensive board.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Magic.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
Russell kicks to Lopez. Oh, that's blocked.
And you love the hustle DJ brings on defense, using his solid leaping ability to block shots.
And Brooklyn has possession. Pass to Elliott. The Nets working the ball around now. Here's Vonleh. And it's Orlando with the rebound. DJ's got 4 rebounds in this game. And no good. The Nets go the other way with it. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the fourth quarter. Here's Lopez, and sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
The big fella, Lopez, able to weather the hit and make it happen.
Alan Crabb, he's checked in for LeVert.
And, you know, the big man, Brook Lopez, because he's so skilled as a scorer, doesn't get the credit he deserves defensively. He's not the most fleet-footed, that's for sure, but inside, I mean, he uses his size well to protect the rim.
And the other critique of Brook Lopez at the defensive end has been his rebounding. Not, Clark, the kind of numbers you expect from a 7-footer.
But ironically, Kevin, his team rebounds better when he's on the floor, though. Both he and his brother Robin are very good at boxing out, using their body and their size, and that leaves their teammates available to chase down rebounds.
Russell kicks to Crabb. Lopez a screen. Crabb, no good. Magic leading by 22. Wells wide open. Offensive rebound. And the basket by Gordon.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Timeout called, the Nets. Clark, we've seen a few active players have their own podcast that they produce throughout the season. I think that's a good idea or a bad idea for them?
Again, I'm ambivalent to that because the landscape is so different now with the social media platforms. And I like the fact that players have a chance to control their narrative, their story, through the different social media platforms, the Players Tribune, podcast. Now, you have to balance that with your responsibilities and obligations to your team, your teammates, and your franchise. And so that's where it becomes a challenge, managing your time effectively and using it wisely. But clearly, players should have the opportunity to be fully engaged people beyond just playing the game.
For those just joining us, fourth quarter here, we're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Elliott passes to Russell. Taken away. Here is Rogers. And DJ throws it down.
And, you know, the scary thing is he's still adding to his offensive game. Man, he's a thrilling player to watch. Love the confidence, quiet confidence he brings to this end.
Elliott kicks to Lopez. Outside, Russell from downtown. It's hauled in by the Magic.
And you know what? If you're the defense, you got him right where you want him. Let him keep shooting those threes because he's been brutal in this half.
And the basket by Gordon.
Well, you've got to give Gordon the ball when he's down inside. I mean, he can really score it in there.
Brooklyn's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Russell kicks to Lopez. Screened by Russell. Now here's Crabb. He's covered closely. Just 5 on the clock. Looking to end the run, and it's blocked.
And the suffocating reach of Isaac is tough to overcome and outshoot. Excels at getting up and denying shots.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Magic.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And so taking a look at their season record, this will be win number 31 on the year.
And I felt like by making those sharp in-game adjustments, they've really taken control of this season series now. This win will move them to 2-0 on the season with 2 left to play against the Nets.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for DJ.
There wasn't much they could do to slow him down as he was converting every good chance he got and leaving nothing to chance here on this game-clinching run.
Exactly. Cold-blooded Separation solidified. Great effort.
Grab dishes to Russell. Buries it from three-point range.
Well, Lopez has tree trunks for legs, and Sequoias have trunks for sure. And if he catches you on the screen, you will feel it.
Yeah, with this lead, that's probably going to do it. Fans heading for the exits.
And, Greg, you know how hard it is to win on the road, but they seem to have this one firmly in control and have been very impressive today.
Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist.
Just because Lopez is a big guy doesn't mean he can't knock that down.
And so it's Orlando taking this one by a big margin. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking. Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
Speaking of taking the defense by surprise, you guys know I love my big men that can shoot threes. Guys like Nikola Jokic, they can run that pick and pop game. And a favorite of mine is actually the Heat Check Arvydas Sabonis Amethyst card. Get this thing relatively cheap on the auction house, and it's still going to turn around and knock down big three-point shots late in games for you. The other bonus effect of having a good three-point shooting center is that it stretches the defense out to have to come guard you. If your opponent has, say, a Shaquille O'Neal or a Hassan Whiteside that likes to protect the paint and grab rebounds, now they've got to come out and guard you. That opens up more opportunities for offensive rebounds on your end. Speaking of getting the big men open for threes, run that pick and pop or pick.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
NBA on 2K Sports, Ernie Johnson with colleagues Shaq,
Welcome, sports fans. Thanks for joining us. And it's time for NBA basketball on 2K Sports. With Brent Barry and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan, and David Aldridge will be joining us on the sideline as well. It's the Denver Nuggets taking on the defending NBA champions, the Orlando Magic. And Moutier is out with the injury. He'll be missed.
Yeah, and since last game, when we saw him leave with that injury, the news appears to have gone from bad to worse. I mean, they're going to have to make do without this young man for a long time.
Difficult news right now for everybody to digest, for him and his teammates. We certainly wish him a full recovery.
Now let's take a look at the Nuggets opening lineup. Down low, it's Millsap and Jokic. Then there's Murray. Then it's Wilson Chandler. And it's Atkins in at the 1 spot. Some impressive athletes tonight, Brent, really on both sides. How much of the outcome will come down to which team executes the best?
Yeah, most of the games decided in this league do come down to that very fact, Kevin.
Execution.
Yeah, which of these teams is going to put themselves first in position and then to do their best with the position they put themselves into. That means execution.
Now here's Chandler following the miss by DJ. And the foul called on DJ. That's his first foul. The 3, and the 3 ball is good.
Lazy defense there, guys. You have to guard the outside on inbounds plays, too. Every man has to be accounted for in those situations.
Here's Isaac. Pass to Rogers. To the wing right side. Wells dishes to DJ. Wells in the corner. Clock at 4. Connects from three-point range. Wells has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Dishes it to Murray. Millsap a screen on Rogers. Chandler a screen. Atkins guarded by Rogers. It's tipped.
That block right there, all about persistence. DJ staying with his man and playing terrific high-energy D.
Millsap with the steal. Tries to save it, and it's out of bounds. The Nuggets able to retain possession here. Atkins, guarded by Rogers. Atkins passes to Jokic. Oh, and it looks like that's going to be a goaltending call. Yep, that's it. So they'll get the basket.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe.
Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter of basketball.
Well, a great... Whoa! You saw that. Wow, whether talking about his music or his hoop skills, DJ clearly knows a thing or two about serious James.
Special thanks to Under Armour for that sweet replay we just saw. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Denver with the ball. Trailing by 2. Millsap at the elbow. Shot clock at 6. From the baseline. And again, it's Denver.
That's a nice shot from the Joker. A master at getting his shots up and over the arms of the defense.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, I caught up with Coach Mike Malone. He told me he's looking forward to the matchup tonight. It's their first time against this team, so he is curious to see what his guys do on offense. He said it's important that we're aggressive defensively, that we use our length and shot blocking as a deterrent inside. We'll see if they can be successful tonight. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David. Their game plan appears to be putting that defense front and center in this one.
Yeah, and that's where they're going to put their energy early on. They don't want this to become a run-and-gun type of game.
Well, they've got the kind of defense, I think, GA set up so that that doesn't happen. As aggressive as they are at that end, it's very hard to make it a high-scoring game against this team.
Atkins passes to Chandler. There's the dish to Millsap. Back to Chandler. Jokic a screen. Chandler up top. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Fires from deep. He can't get that one to fall. And it's the Magic taking it the other way. They're coming off that win against the Nets.
And typically on the road, it's harder to get into a great rhythm offensively, but they did just that.
Felt like the louder the crowd got and the more hostile they were, the more together this team played. So worked out nicely.
And Denver decides to take their first time out here. They're coming off that win against Philadelphia.
And I know the defense wasn't great, but yet and still their ability to stay composed was impressive.
Well, it led to a big scoring effort, taking advantage of every weakness. So any possession the defense wasn't aggressive on, they were on the offensive end.
Here's what Orlando's going with right now. Williams, he's checked in for Aaron Gordon. Justin Anderson comes in for Isaac. Fournier's checked in for Wells. And it's Peyton in for Rogers.
Well, I like seeing DJ's skills not at the turntables, but at the rack. Who needs layups when you can throw it down like that?
Plumlee with a screen on Peyton. Peyton on the double team. And stolen by DJ. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And that's the result that you're going to get when you drive into the lane before the D can get themselves into position. And DJ's not waiting around. He's on his way to the free throw line. Kevin, these are easy points. Remember, free throws.
Martin with it. 17 points for him last game against Philadelphia. They double him with DJ. Clock at 6. Barton outside over Anderson. Misses off the left iron. Orlando leading by 8. And that one is good from DJ. DJ's got 14.
Oh, 6 of 8 from the field, 75%. Just scoring the ball at will.
Plumlee with the screen. Barton kicks to Harris. They get the rebound.
That's what most want to see from Plumlee. Attack mode, pound the boards, have the confidence to finish off those kind of plays.
What a performance for DJ. He's been the story for the Orlando Magic. He totaled 14 points in the quarter. He's given them all the offense they need right now. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And when you consider how the Magic are doing, what do you think?
Through that first one, they've turned this thing into a track meet.
Love the pace they're playing with. Anytime you can get your offense going without the defense setting up, got a huge advantage.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the court for Orlando, Peyton and Fournier are the 1 and the 2. Allen Williams out there with DJ, and it's Anderson in at the 3 spot. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, DJ in the last matchup against the Nets was a man on a mission. He ended with 28 points and played outstanding defense, also rebounding well to go along with the offensive play. He put up numbers that really jumped out in the box score. A very solid performance. And Kevin will see what he's got in his arsenal tonight.
All right, David, thanks. He lifted his game to an unreal level that night.
Yeah, he showed how dangerous he is when he's at his best. And, man, he'd love to keep that hot streak going here tonight.
Would you guys be surprised if he doesn't keep it going? I mean, the only way to follow up a game like that is with an even better one.
Ain't no doubt about it. Some of the tremendous scorers at the 2-guard spot. But, Brent, who are some of the best all-around shooting guards in the NBA right now?
I think Klay Thompson sets the standard for what it is that you want in a two-way player, both defensively stepping up to the challenge and shutting down elite scorers, and then his incredible shooting ability. But there's a guy in Portland who's not far behind him, don't you think, Kevin, in that C.J. McCollum?
Yeah, McCollum is a rising player in that regard. I love the guys with the all-around game. And they're hard to find because it takes some sacrifice to play both ends on. And he drops in the layup off the glass. DJ's got 4 this quarter.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. DJ really making a difference here.
And he can't be stopped right now. The D looks like they're at a loss, and they have no idea how to contain him.
Marjanovic checked in for the Magic. And a switcher also for Denver. Murray's checked in. And so it's the Orlando Magic riding a 15-point lead at the end of the quarter. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. Their defense has been stifling. Right back after this break. Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. You look at DJ in this game, he's been everywhere.
Yeah, great job from him in that first half of drawing fouls and getting to the line.
Well, that is a great equalizer here. You want him to play that physical, but how do you do that without creating too much contact?
So out there for the Nuggets right now, Chandler at small forward with Millsap the 4. And it's Nikola Jokic. Then there's Murray. And it's Atkins in at the guard position.
Just increasing their advantage. And right now they're in a zone on both ends.
Love their strategy, and they've been able to execute on it, building a huge lead.
Another miss by Jokic. The Magic leading by 17. And DJ throws it down.
Not going to settle for a jump shot. DJ being ultra aggressive right there, going straight down the lane on the drive.
Kicks to Murray. The Nuggets moving the ball around. Atkins. That's good. And it's Millsap with the assists. He's got 8. Brent, what a career for Paul Millsap, a 4-time All-Star.
Well, the 47th pick in the 2006 draft out of Louisiana Tech. He was not the most heralded player, certainly, but as he reached his 30s, the guy has played in 4 consecutive All-Star games. An amazing story in the league.
Such an adjustment for young players drafted into the NBA, managing money, being accountable to your teammates, to the many things that tug and pull on you. Brent, can the league do anything more to help them through this sometimes uncomfortable process?
I think the league does a great job, Kevin, of addressing these things, not only the NBA, but certainly the players in terms of educating the players. To me, Kevin, as an ex-player, though, the biggest responsibility falls on the veteran players of that team to take a young player under their wing, to watch what it is that they're doing socially, and to make sure that they set them up for success off the court.
And here is Murray. He's been a nice option for them offensively, and he's averaging more than 17 points a game. Fires for 3. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Millsap. And where the shots been coming from tonight? Here's a look broken down by paint, mid-range, and 3-point shot attempts so far for the Magic.
And they've been doing a great job of getting into the paint and scoring inside. The defense allowing them easy access to the rim, and boy, are they taking advantage.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, guys, Emmanuel Mudiay spent a year in China prior to the NBA rather than playing in college. A lot of people respect what he did while he was over there. He said, being in a foreign country, everything is different. It made me mentally strong. Now in the NBA, he said, you've got to have confidence because every point guard in this league can play. You've got to keep that edge and be prepared at all times. Kevin?
Thanks, David. Mental fortitude is critical, especially when you're a young player in this league. Here is Rodgers, following the basket by Paul Millsap. Another miss by Orlando. A decent amount of time left as they try to find a way back into it.
Yeah, but it will be soon if they don't start cutting into this deficit.
And so here's Denver. Atkins passes to Jokic. Good on the triple. Jokic has got 14.
Man, when he gets a few to go, Jokic just gets into the zone. He's a talented big man who can score from anywhere.
Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over. Hey, Brent, it's been said before that champions have no off-season. Thinking about that, what's your take on the balance between resting your body after a long year versus really pushing the strength and conditioning that could take you to another level the next year.
Well, I could throw it back at you, Kevin, and ask you about as you get older and your body changes, you have to do different things, right?
And more, yeah.
Right. So in your younger years, if you don't make the playoffs or you're in the playoffs, maybe to take 1 month off and get right back into the gym, your body's ready to do that and in tune. Take a player that's 10 years down the road, there's no reason for you to push your body. You can be a little more specialized and be a little more efficient in terms of what you do in the off season to get ready for what a training camp represents and then, of course, the upcoming season.
Here's Harris following the bucket by Orlando. Rebound by Williams.
You can't miss those kind of looks. The defense seems to be a little nonplussed so far in this one, but he flat out missed it.
The Nuggets trail by 13. Plumlee with a screen on Payton. And here's Harris from the arc. Harris missing again.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
It's good. 26 points for DJ.
He's a smooth operator in the paint, and DJ making the most of the high percentage shot in tight.
Barton outside. Plumlee with the screen. Barton dishes to Plumlee. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
And checking out the stats for Mason Plumlee. Over the last month, getting it done. He's averaging 10 points a game, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. And every team needs a good backup big to spell the starters, and that's what he brings to the table.
The role consists of rebounding, setting screens, protecting the rim. Anything else he gives you is found change in the couch.
And that one misses.
Well, a former 5-star recruit won a championship in college. Plumlee still finding his way a little bit here in the pros.
Denver making a switch here. Lyles checked in. Pass to DJ. Second shot opportunity. Rebound by the Nuggets.
Not a lot of defense there. You can't afford to let guys shoot freely from the mid-range. They're not going to miss those all that often.
Fareed setting the pick for Barton. Off target from three-point range. Magic leading by 15. Plumlee with the steal. Barton kicks to Lyles. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Over Payton. Shots good by Lyles. Lyles got his first bucket in this one.
Nice job operating in the mid-range, using his size advantage to rise up and fire over the defender.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
The Magic shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here. First one falls for him.
Racking my brain to think about a player in the league who works harder than DJ. That work ethic is part of what makes him special.
And both free throws good for DJ.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
Barton against Fournier. Harris, right side. From downtown. That one misses. And so it's Orlando riding a 15-point lead at the end of the quarter. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. Back to the action after this word. Now let's listen in to Frank Vogel's huddle.
The offense will come and go. This has got to be our staple. Suffocating D.
No surprise, focusing on defense, Frank Vogel reminding his guys what this team is all about.
Yeah, you can win with consistent defense no matter what your offense is doing, but of course you know he'd love to have both.
And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. Payton and Fournier are the 1 and the 2. Aaron Gordon out there with Bismack Biyombo. And it's DJ in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's who's out there for Orlando. The Nuggets trail by 15. Here's Lyles. But they get it back. No good from outside. And the pass to DJ. There's Gordon with the 3. Here's Biyombo. And that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
Defensively, you cause the miss, but then you have to corral it.
Well, that's the second part of the equation there. Block out, be aggressive, and control the glass.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Barton kicks to Fareed. No good off the front iron. Magic leading by 15. And DJ gets it to go on the assist by Gordon. And that's now 30 points for DJ. Denver calls timeout. Hey, Brent, you made the NBA playoffs in your second year. Talk about the mental preparation that goes into one's first postseason as a player.
I think it's always a special time, Kevin, just because of the unknown factor. And at that time, it was the Clippers, my second season, a team that was very young and inexperienced. And so it was all fresh and new. And the biggest challenge for any coach in that sort of predicament is to make sure that players are on task. That's because of one John Stockton and Karl Malone.
Yeah, bad shot there. Trust is lacking. You got to be willing. Strong work for him at the offensive end, helping them to maintain that lead.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Now here's Murray, guarded by Rogers. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter.
Man, once he gets down that lane, DJ is not going to go easy. He's going to finish with some strength.
The Nuggets trail by 21. Harris passes to Murray. Now here's Murray. He's covered closely. Jokic left in the game. And DJ throws it down.
Stretches of excellent defense. Potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long, everyone.